What's up, Team Tobias? What's up, Big Fork, Montana? Lane Haymont here with Ann Rose wearing her special secret glasses. This is Quelling Your Query Conundrums with, I just said her name, Ann Rose. So, Ann, take us away.
Take us away. Okay, so I forgot to wear these on our amazing episode earlier, so I'm just gonna put them on today, and also because the dark circles are just too much to handle. So
That's not true.
They're bad. They're bad, friends. They're bad.
No.
Take my word for it. So, but let's get into this. So we are going into this again. This is off the cuff. Haven't read these before. I usually do like to try to jump in. It's been quite the couple of weeks, just so much work to do that I haven't had a chance to kind of dig into these before I've read them on air. So I will mispronounce things. This will sound terrible. We're just going to do the best we can. Sound good? Lane, I need your approval.
Yeah, that sounds great. I can't wait.
Perfect. Okay, so here we go. Dear Ann, I'd love to hear any feedback you have on my query. Thanks so much for the opportunity. Awesome. I probably didn't need to read that part. So thank you. You're welcome. Anyway, I'm excited to send you my middle grade fantasy novel title, best described as the humor and friendship of Sal and Gabby meets the contemporary magic of Amari and the Knight Brothers, and the wacky powers of Netflix's One Piece. At 58,000 words, it is a standalone story with ideas for a series. As a middle school vigilante, Finn Champion spends his days making trouble for the troublemakers of 6th grade, and he always works alone. But with his dad's chronic anxiety spiraling since getting laid off, Finn is determined to keep his head down. Naturally, that's when the mysterious lady with the Dino Nugget tattoo shows up, introducing Finn to a hidden society of wizards and granting him the Touch of Doom, a power that can the power that can defeat any wizard in a single touch. But while the Touch of Doom sounds awesome, it comes at a price. Hundreds of wizards are suddenly after Finn, and not cool wizards either. They're corporate lackeys tripping over their own briefcases, but they can also throw fire and make earthquakes, and they'll stop at nothing to take Finn's powers, even if it means kidnapping his dad. To save his dad and the rest of the world while he's at it, Finn must decide if being a vigilante always means going it alone, or if he's finally ready to ask for help. There's a bio. Thank you for your consideration. I look forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
All right, so let's dig in. What we like to do. So I'm going to start with our first paragraph. I'm excited to send you my middle grade fantasy novel title, best described as the humor and friendship of Sal and Gabby meets the contemporary magic of Amari and the Knight Brothers and the wacky powers of Netflix One Piece. At 58,000 words, it is a standalone story with ideas for a series. Thoughts?
So is this a secondary world? Because I hear fantasy, think secondary world, unless they have said contemporary fantasy, which I assume it is, since wizards are falling over their briefcases and sound like finance bros.
I think that's fair. Adding the word contemporary fantasy, if it's set in modern day world, or our world or something close to our world, would probably be a little bit more focused, but I don't think that it is completely, I don't know. It didn't throw me for a loop. Just hearing fantasy, I think it was okay.
But you do middle grade. So maybe I'm not the target market because I don't do middle grade.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah. So, I mean, I do middle grade, and I mean, I would probably, obviously I'd have to read this first. So I don't even know if it's contemporary. It could just have finance bros in Oz. I don't know.
Yeah, 16th century France, finance bros with briefcases all over the place.
You never know. So yeah, that didn't bother me at all. I think that there's some great comps in here. I'm not sure how old some of these comps are. I feel like Amari's been out for a while, but maybe
I didn't recognize any of them, not even the Netflix show.
I don't know the Netflix show. Maybe you should Google it real quick.
Let me do it. I will. Okay, I know One Piece. One Piece.
So I don't know the One Piece one, but the other ones made sense to me, and I think that it's a great start off point. It's got all your stuff right there, metadata right up front. Really great, strong start off. 58,000 words is a standalone story with ideas for a series. I think it's a great way to put in there that, this one can stand on its own, but also I've got ideas to expand. I think that's a really great way to put series potential. because we've talked about this before. I think every story has series potential, right? All right. Did I fill up enough space for you to figure out what it is? Okay, what is it?
It seems like maybe it is. Oh, it's an adaptation of a manga series. I figured because there was a lot of names in there I didn't recognize. It's produced in South Africa, and the logline is Monkey D. Luffy and his pirate crew explore a fantastical world of endless oceans and exotic islands in search of the world's ultimate treasure to become the next pirate king. That tells me absolutely nothing about the book.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think the comps for sure. Wacky powers. So there's wacky powers. It's very specific. It says the wacky powers of that. So that makes sense to me because it's a little wacky. It's a little off the wall. That was a little off the wall.
Sure.
I think it's good. All right, so
I agree.
Next paragraph. As a middle school vigilante, Finn Champion spends his day making trouble for the troublemakers of 6th grade, and he always works alone. But with his dad's chronic anxiety spiraling since getting laid off, Finn is determined to keep his head down. Naturally, that's when the mysterious lady with the dino nugget tattoo shows up, introducing Finn to a hidden society of wizards and granting him the Touch of Doom, a power that can defeat any wizard in a single touch.
I don't exactly get why. See, I always think of what's important. So is it important that his dad has anxiety? How does that affect the plot?
I think they're trying to establish like why the character is working alone, why he is kind of like why he's determined to like do this because he can't control dad, right? He can't control things that are happening in dad's life, but this is something that he feels like he can control. So it's like one of those things. So I guess I can kind of see it. And also dad becomes important later because they're going to kidnap him, right? So we have to establish dad somewhere in this to make it make sense. The thing that I think it's missing is like kind of the motivation piece of it. Like, why does Finn feel motivated to do these things? Like, I love that he likes to cause trouble for the troublemakers, but why? Why does Finn cause trouble for the troublemakers?
I think that's what we could use instead of mentioning the dad's anxiety. Because unless the dad gets kidnapped because he has anxiety, we don't need to know he has anxiety. I mean, are the wizards like, ooh, we're going to mess with this dude who has anxiety? They're just big bullies who can shoot fireballs?
It might be also trying to play into the fact like, hey, even though this is a fun, adventurous story, we're going to also hit upon some deeper issues here, which is like living with a parent that has, well, I really like the fun details in this one. And I really enjoyed the dino nugget tattoo. I don't know why. It kind of makes me want to have a dino nugget tattoo, even though I would probably never get a dino nugget tattoo, but I kind of want one just because of that. I don't even know why. So I think there's a lot of fun stuff in here. And I think it really kind of plays up like the funness of this story. So we will continue. Are you ready? Did I lose you there for a minute? Okay.
No, I'm ready.
But while the Touch of Doom sounds awesome, which yes, it kind of does, it comes at a price. Hundreds of wizards are suddenly after Finn, and not cool wizards either. They're corporate lackeys tripping over their own briefcases, but they can also throw fire and make earthquakes. And they'll stop at nothing to take Finn's power, even if it means kidnapping his dad. To save his dad and the rest of the world while he's at it, Finn must decide if being a vigilante always means going it alone or if he's finally ready to ask for help.
So why are they after him if he can kill them with a touch?
Because I think they're after him because he can. So he has a power that they want to be able to exploit.
I get that, but they're after him. Isn't he just going to be like, touch, and they're dead?
You bring up really interesting points, but I think that you were reading too far into it, and we do not need to.
I don't think I am, because if I were reading this as a query and you say, oh, the Touch of Doom isn't all great, I'm like, yeah, anyone you touch is dead.
But you know that, I mean, hello, X-Men Rogue. Like, it's not great to have this touch. Like,
exactly, it's not great to have this touch. She doesn't like it. She can't kiss Gambit. You know, or Wolverine. It's horrible. It ruined her life.
It's terrible. So
that's why she got kicked out kicked out of her family because.
Okay.
You know, did you not read the comics? That's why she got kicked out.
Did. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I don't know what I was. I thought you were going in a different direction, but that's fine. So, I mean, I think it's fine. I think this sounds like a super fun middle grade adventure. I think it sounds silly. I think that that's what exactly we are looking for in middle grade adventures these days. I know that the Curious League of Detectives and Thieves has a lot of silliness in it that kind of is reminiscent of what I think this is doing, and that series is doing really well. So I could see this having a place in the market right now.
You should mention that's one of our clients. Shout out the name. Meanwhile, someone is downstairs playing piano, I think.
I cannot hear any piano, so do not worry.
Okay, good.
But yes, the Curious League of Detectives and Thieves, Egypt's Fire, SOS, and soon the Peruvian Express will be releasing, and that is by Tom Phillips. So,
ooh, we love Tom Phillips.
We do. We love Tom. So there you go. So there's another comp for you. Maybe you should read those books and see if that feels like a good fit for you, because that's a brand new series. It's been doing really well out there. So whoever you are, author, I think you've done a fabulous job here. I think that this is right on the money of what it needs to be, and it's giving those fun vibes that this middle grade story needs. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck with it. I'm currently closed to submissions, but if I wasn't, I would probably say send this to me because it sounds really, really fun. But maybe I don't know, Kelly, maybe Sarah, I don't know. Give us someone here at Tobias a try, because I think it does sound like it could be a really wild ride.
Ooh, I like that. So why don't you take us out, Anne?
All right. So if you have a query and you also have a conundrum, join us here on Query Conundrums and go ahead and send it to the email below, and maybe you'll be on an episode in the future. So like, subscribe, buy a kitten, because, there's probably a lot of kittens that need adopting in the world. And yeah, we'll see you around next time.